The so-called Jesus, the Christ.
Name the name there wouldn't be Yeshaya. The name there would be Yahawah. Yahawashi.
Yahawashi.
He is the deliverer. Yeah.
Probably gonna have to set
He delivered. He delivered.
Yeah, he delivered. Con. This place is gone. When I say this place is gone, this place is through. Our people are just totally wicked, man. Wow. You walk outside looking like this? Shit is crazy. Go ahead, Aki, you got it.
Alright, so Proverbs chapter 1 verse 7 says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction."
Correct.
So it says, "My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck."
Yep.
It said, "My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not."
If sinners entice thee, consent thou not. And this is and this is one of the core reasons why, especially being out here, we stress that we got to come back to this. This is what makes us. This is what made us great. Our enemies, this is what they're getting ready to see. You see what I'm saying? This is what the heathen are getting ready to see. This is their judgment for the wickedness that they did to us.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Look at this wickedness
Absolutely.
that they did to the so-called Native Americans, man. Look at this wickedness that they did to the so-called Negroes, the so-called African Americans.
Right.
This was wickedness.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? This was basically butchering a whole nother people.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we got and like I said, we really and truly we got put in that position for upsetting our power. All right, as it is written, the Lord, that's in the Apocrypha actually. The Lord did not give us unto this people to destroy us, but because we have moved him to vexation. You know what I mean? But they went far beyond, way beyond now. Being a punisher then. You have some more?
So the Most High basically let that happen to us as a punishment.
As a punishment.
Because we worship the gods of the other nations.
Of the other nations, and yeah. We broke the law, statutes, and commandments. Worship not the things that are upon the earth, nor the things that are in the heavens. Right. You had guys that was coming out here worshiping the moons, worshiping the stars.
The sun.
You know what I mean? Such things are not of us.
And bro, can I ask you one more? Like, why do we say amen at the end of every prayer when Amen-Ra was a sun god from Egypt?
Well, that's because because people got to come back to your nationality. We don't know our language. Right. A lot of us don't know our language.
Yeah.
The word Amen actually is the Hebrew word for so let it be.
So shall it be.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead, bro. You got it. All right. Scriptures. These scriptures flow.
So in Proverbs 1 and 20, it said, wisdom cried without. She uttered her voice in the streets.
There it is.
She cried in the chief places of concourse, in the openings of the gate. In the city she uttered her words, saying, "How long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity?"
Right.
And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
And fools hate knowledge. All right. So this is what you see right here. Wisdom is crying without, uttering her voices in the streets. All right. So you're not going to get the truth in these churches.
That's a fact.
You see what I'm saying? You're not going to get the truth in these brick and mortar churches. This is the church right here. The scriptures say, whether 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, so shall I be in the midst of them. That's what the Lord said.
Thanks.
You feel what I'm saying? So, go ahead and read that again, Akia.
So Proverbs 1 and 20.
Kind.
It said, wisdom cried without. She uttered her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse.
The chief place of concourse basically meaning your places that have like the most traffic, which is basically your shopping centers, your great big, you know what I'm saying, grand concourse streets, your main arteries. Continue.
It says she crieth in the chief place of concourse,
right?
In the openings of the gates in the city, she uttered her words, saying, "How long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity?"
Right.
And the scorners delight in their scorning.
Right.
And fools hate knowledge.
And fools hate knowledge. You see what I'm saying? So basically, that's a rebuke. You see what I'm saying? How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? Who's that? It's a rhetorical question. Who's that talking to? It's talking to us. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Because again, we're supposed to be the government of the Most High. We're the Lord's people. So therefore, when it's all said and done, as it is written, even in the law, the earth was given to us. So when we went against this, you see what I'm saying? We basically plunged this entire world into chaos. That is why we're in the condition we in, man.
Wow.
Did you have some more?
Verse
Wow,
23,
bro.
it said, turn you in my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called, and ye refused, I stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel.
But ye have set at naught all my counsel. The scriptures say, Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
Yeah.
Read that again up.
It said, but I have called, and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded.
There you go. No man regarded. Like right about now, you got Jake walking all around here. He ain't trying to hear this.
He ain't trying to hear it.
You see what I'm saying? Continue that up.
It said, because I have called, and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof, I also will laugh at your calamity.
He said, I will also laugh at your calamity. Finish that.
He
Slakia.
said, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh.
This is what the Lord is saying. He said,
scary, bro.
yo, you understand? He said, I will laugh at your calamity. Hey, look, this is why a lot of these jakes out here that got what was coming to them.
Yeah.
I couldn't feel sorry for them. They were being demons. You see what I'm saying? You got Jake out here that's trying to live like these damn devils, man. Scriptures say, envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways.
Right.
You got Jake trying to be out here calling himself a sharpshooter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He trying to sing country music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Any kind of music.
All kind of nonsense. Go ahead,
Yeah.
bro. You got it.
It said, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, they were none of my counsel, they despised all of my reproof.
Yep, they despise all of my. Hey, the scriptures said they have chosen the ways of the Greek best of all. And one of the things that Greek was heavy into was homosexuality.
Nowadays, yeah.
The Romans, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
Better yet, here's a question for you. Where does the word gym come from?
Jim?
Like when you go to the gym to exercise, where did that come from?
I don't know, bro.
It comes from the word gymnos, which means to exercise in the nude, in the buff. That was something that goes back to Greek. In the Olympics, there was no clothes on when they competed.
Right.
They were in the nude.
They still got them bathhouses in Russia and stuff where they go in and sauna, butt naked amongst each other and all that. And
Yeah, that's right.
Nude beaches and all that. Exactly.
Yeah.
Nudist lifestyle. That's Esau. You see what I'm saying?
That was never us.
That was never. That's why the
No.
scriptures. That
right.
is exactly why the scriptures say that when it's all said and done. Read that one more time. That was beautiful scripture. Read that
It
again.
said, Proverbs 1 and 29.
Con.
It said, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, they were none of my counsel, they despised all my reproof, therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices.
They shall eat of the fruit of their own ways and shall be filled of their own devices, man. You have a lot of stories about Jake trying to go up in Esau societies being down with him. And you want to know what these Edomites do? They fucking kill him. Kill him. Get rid of him. You had that movie called Get Out.
Get out.
That's a perfect example right there.
I think that's really going on too, bro. Like on Under the Cat. Like that's really going on, bro.
Yeah, but again, that goes back to the Most High this is why you gotta fear the Lord. The scriptures, once again, the brother just read it. If you can get that again, fear is the fear of the Lord is the beginning. He'll get
So
it.
Proverbs 1 and 7.
Con.
It said, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
That's it. As a matter of fact, back in the ancient world, the Lord was known as Alashadya, terrible demon power. He was that fearsome.
Say that one more time, bro.
Alashadya.
Alashaya.
Terrible demon power. Look at what he's getting ready to do to this place. This is the Most High.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? This is what's coming to America. This is what's coming to modern day Babylon. All right. Yeah, that's enough.
Will Israel be saved out of it?
The elect.
Just the elect.
The elect. Yeah, man. The men of his government. Yeah, the elect.
And the 144,000 is 144,000 priests, not just the 144,000 people, right?
I mean, yeah, but it's gonna
They
be
just
more than
priests,
that.
right?
But it's gonna be more than that because you still have that innumerable multitude that it speaks of.
The sands of the sea.
You see what I'm
Remember
saying?
the sands of the sea,
Right.
right?
Exactly. Go ahead now.
So verse 32.
Okay.
It said, "For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them." It said, "But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil."
Read that one more time, please.
It said, "For the turning away of the simple shall slay them,
Yep.
and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them."
For the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. You heard that? So basically anybody that's out here, hey, what does the scripture say? The fool have said in his heart, there is no God. There is no power, no Lord.
Right.
Continue that.
It said, "But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil."
You want to know why? Because at this point, those that are hearkening unto the Lord right now, they're being persecuted. And we're going to see even more persecution. You see what I'm saying? Right now, we got to deal with all these scoffers out here. We got to deal with people looking at us like we got 9 heads because we're telling them the future that's coming to this place. And then on top of that, you got all of your elites, right? That's looking at us the same speed. They continuing, like, you ever heard of Project Megiddo? Project Megiddo was actually an actual list of people that they claim are terrorists. And we're among these people. You see what I'm saying? We're called traitors. You see what I'm saying? And their aim is to kill us.
See that?
Well, you said that.
Continue, bro.
Yeah.
You got-
Cuban.
So she's Cuban and Puerto Rican. What tribe would she be from?
Wherever her father's.
From her
Whatever
father's
whatever her
Puerto
father
Rican.
is. You see what I'm saying? So
Her dad
if
was Puerto Rican.
Ephraim.
so that would make you a parium, Ephraim.
I told you that, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Go ahead, Anthony.
So this is Isaiah chapter 61 verse 1. It said, "The Spirit of the Lord power is upon me, because the Lord have anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He
Yep.
have sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound."
Who are the captives right now? There you go. Where are the captives? Read that again.
Isaiah 61 and 1.
Right.
It said, "The Spirit of the Lord power is upon me, because Yahawah have anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek."
And this is what this is, good tidings. This is why it's called the gospel. The word gospel means good news. Good news is we're going to be delivered up out of here, and we're going to get to watch our enemies burn for everything they did to us.
Yeah, bring that sign out, bro.
For everything they did to us, for all the wickedness that we had to suffer.
Look at that.
Let me see.
That's it.
The other way.
Yeah, flip it around.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was upside down like that. Yeah, there you go.
That's
For
all
all
shit that was
the
going on.
wickedness that was done unto us.
Slavery. Look at that shit.
Read
Look
that
at him
again
into.
from the
Look at his
top up.
face.
So Isaiah 61 and 1. It said,
Yeah,
He
"The Spirit
walked off.
of the
He was
Lord
interested
power
in it until he saw
is
that.
upon me, because the Lord have anointed
know
me
what's up.
to preach good tidings unto the meek. He have sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives,
Yep.
and the opening of the prison to them that are bound."
That's it.
Turn it around.
And that's all we are.
That's the small
That's
pox
us.
that they gave.
Yeah, remember?
That's us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? And to this day, no justice has been done
That's
unto
what I
this
was
day.
trying to say. We never. Yeah, we.
No reparations, nothing.
No reparations, no nothing. Like,
All right, our reparations though is going to come from the clouds.
Right.
All right.
Everybody.
Say that again, bro. Listen, what
Our
he said.
reparations are going to come from the clouds.
Yeah.
Yahawashi is coming back as a great destroying power, and he's going to come back in what's called the UFO by these devils, but it's actually called the chariots of the Most High.
Chariots of the most chariots of fire. Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
A pillar of fire by day.
By day, there
and
you go.
and a cloud.
By
What
night.
it say? Yeah, but yeah, exactly.
Isaiah 61 and 2.
God.
"To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn."
Again, we just said it. The day of vengeance, man, it's in our hearts heavy. And the day of vengeance is definitely in the heart of Yahawashi, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ.
Right.
All right?
Pardon me.
"To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of Yahawah, that he might be glorified. And they shall build the old waste, they shall raise up the former desolations,
Yep.
and they shall repair the waste cities, the desolations of many generations, and strangers shall stand. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Go ahead, then, bro.
And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the aliens shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers.
You heard that? The sons of aliens. Read that again.
It says Isaiah 61:5. It says, and strangers shall stand and feed your flocks.
And strangers shall stand and feed your. What's that talking about? What's that? Continue reading.
Said, and the sons of the aliens shall be your plowmen.
And the sons of the aliens shall be your plowmen. What's an alien again? A foreigner.
Foreigner, right?
Yeah.
So everybody that's outside of this, they're gonna serve us. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna. Hey, we read it in the book of Revelations. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. You see what I'm saying? He who killeth with the sword shall be killed with the sword.
Right.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. You see what I'm saying? Again, everything we saying is coming right out these scriptures. This was the Lord's promise to us.
Right.
Absolutely. That's the covenant.
That's the covenant. So when
Covenant
it's all
for
said
us.
and done, yeah, this is why we're out here diligently trying, like, pushing this word, making ourselves that acceptable sacrifice.
Right.
So that we can preach unto you the good news that
Right.
we're getting ready to come up out of here.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bro, can you break some scriptures down of Ephraim to show her? Like, you got any scriptures on Ephraim or Joseph? Because, babe, I want you to see, like, this shit is real, like, and who y'all really are. Like, because I be trying, I try to tell her the little stuff I know, but when you hear it out this Bible, you going to know that this your people, babe. Like, and then we could go. Like, I just want you to hear it, you know what I'm saying?
I'm good, baby.
So all these 12 tribes, babe, all these people, West Indian, Haitians, Dominicans, these are all God's chosen people.
Wow, look at me, man.
The 12 tribes of Israel.
Right, they all God's chosen people.
And furthermore, they're the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans of today. Not them bastards out there in Israel right now, all right? The scriptures say that the Holy Land shall be trodden of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Absolutely.
So that lets you know who the Lord's people are and where they are in the world.
Why in Israel are they all like white people?
Yeah, these Jews, the
right.
Yeah, they there.
All right, this is
But it's saying the end time.
this is Genesis chapter
Let me-
49, verse 22.
Okay,
It said Joseph is
This
a
your
fruitful
grandfather.
bow.
good. Read that one more time.
It says Genesis chapter 49, verse 22. It says
Right.
Joseph is a fruitful bow.
Joseph is a fruitful bow. Okay. Now again, the blessing of the elder went upon him, so he is a fruitful bow. Ephraim is known for having many children. Continue that.
We do though.
Hey, listen, babe, listen to this what the Bible say about y'all tribe. Listen.
Joseph died and then his two sons.
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah, but he's known for having many children. But yeah, you had Joseph, right, in Egypt again, the same man that had the dreams that counseled that counseled the Pharaoh. So this is talking about Ephraim. The name Ephraim, right here, he carries the name Joseph because Ephraim was given the blessing of the elder son. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Even though he was younger than Manasseh. Manasseh is the firstborn.
Right.
Ephraim was the born second. So
Right.
when Joseph died, right,
Yeah.
the right hand was supposed to go upon the elder son, and the left hand was supposed to go on the younger son.
Right.
But before he died, he crossed his hands. So Ephraim, once again, that was to actually fulfill prophecy. You see what I'm saying?
Just like Jacob, just
Just
like
how
Esau came out first, but
and
Jacob
exactly, and
got the
Jacob got the
blessing.
blessing of the elder.
Right.
So that's why when it talks about Joseph, it's actually talking about Ephraim.
Right.
He is a
Joseph is
fruitful
y'all
blow.
great grandfather, man. He was second to Pharaoh in Egypt.
Right.
He basically ran Egypt. Like a Puerto Rican.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Which the word Puerto Rico means rich port.
Rich port,
That's
right?
that's
You
what
said
that name.
too.
That's what
like,
that name.
we had lots
yeah.
of riches and
Why did they call it that, my brother? Because when they got there,
because Puerto Rico is just like a lot of the Caribbean. Like I'm of the tribe of Benjamin. I come from Antigua and Barbuda.
I didn't
Those are one of those islands that's like rich in different precious stones, especially oil and things of that nature.
What I say?
You know what I mean? Continue, man.
So you Jamaican?
Huh?
You Jamaican?
Antiguan. I belong to the lesser Antilles Islands,
Okay.
not the greater Antilles Islands.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Said Joseph is a fruitful bow, even a fruitful bow by a well whose branches run over the wall.
Whose branches run over the wall. So you even got Ephraimites that look like Edomites. They real light-skinned people.
Listen to this.
Real light-skinned. Continue.
Keep listening.
Said the archers have sorely grieved him and shot at him and hated him.
Yeah, the archers have sorely grieved him and shot at him and hated him because you had that bastard Cristobal Colon, which is actually talking about Christopher Columbus, who called himself discovering. You know what I'm saying? All these different places.
Right. When he just took over
He
shit.
just came and straight put hell on everybody.
Right.
The conquistadors, right?
Conquistadors.
Came all
They
the
were
way from
Spaniards,
Spain.
though.
Yeah, exactly. That's why the Puerto Ricans speak Spanish.
Right.
And you have different Caribbean islands that was colonized by the Spanish that speak Spanish.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Baby.
Cover the.
Said
Now this the true word of God. Listen, hear him out though.
but his bow abode in strength, and the arms of his hand were made strong, by the hands of the mighty power of Jacob, and thence is the shepherd, the stone of Israel.
Exactly. He is the stone of Israel. As a matter of fact, when Israel split, Ephraim became the head of the northern kingdom. You see what I'm saying? So in the southern kingdom, the head was Judah, but in the northern kingdom, the head was Ephraim. You see what I'm saying?
What about with the scripture that say he's a cake unturned?
Yeah. Again, that's
Break that down to her real quick, bro.
That's that
What's up, my
What's up, brother? How you
Yeah,
guys
con.
All right.
Yeah, but that's talking about basically the complexion,
Right.
especially.
Right.
Ephraim is a cake unturned. So a lot of times when you go among these Ephraimites,
Right.
a lot of them, their skin is so light they're almost albino.
Right.
Some of them, you know what I mean? So when you look at a cake that's unturned, what color is that cake?
White.
You see what
But
I'm
the
saying?
bottom of it is black.
It's black, exactly.
Right, meaning they could go from the lightest color
Well,
to the
that's
darkest.
crazy because I have
Exactly.
white Cubans in my family
Right.
and I have dark Puerto Ricans, you know.
Right. Yep. So that's what that
crazy.
scripture means. They
Crazy.
he a cake
But it's
unturned.
the truth, though. Yeah.
Talk about Ephraim.
Yep, but this is
So
also
you get
true
two
for
more,
like
then we
all
going,
the
right?
tribes. You know what I'm saying? This is true for every last one of the tribes. The scriptures talk about how the scriptures talk about the confusion of faces. You see what I'm saying? Because we mixed and mingled among all the nations.
Yeah. Right.
So you were even going to have Chinese people.
Yeah.
But when you look at that Chinese person, you read their spirit. Oh, he ain't Chinese. He one of us.
That's Jake.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like
Yeah.
that's the reason. And again, that's all part of the curses. You know what I'm saying? Oh, go ahead, bring it.
So Hosea 7 and 8
Yeah.
said, Ephraim, he that mixed himself among the people,
See?
Ephraim is a cake not turned.
See? So when them conquistadors came through here, what you think was happening? You know what I'm saying?
They was,
Yeah.
they was having
Ephraim was
all of us.
Ephraim was going in on these Spanish ladies.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Damn,
those
and
Spanish
mixed them all up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Same thing going on in the rest of the islands. When you had them
Right.
Englishmen that came over to Antigua, to Jamaica, to all them different islands, we was
Right.
mixing among their women and everything.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's crazy. They really just took
Jack
over
yourself.
shit.
Tell you,
Like,
man, no, but
they
it's
just
coming.
came and fucking took over
They
everything.
on their way out of here. Believe that.
So Isaiah 14 and 1, it said, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land.
Yep.
And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave unto the house of Jacob.
Now the strangers is down right there. The strangers is talking about our people. Remember we've been talking about those guys that look like that basically yeah, Gar, exactly, yeah, the foreigners basically, the Israelite foreigners. Right?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought they meant like the strangers, like the other nations would cleave to us. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, but I mean this particular word, if you look it up in Hebrew, it's the word gar, which is something like the Israelite foreigners. So they're different.
Okay.
There's the word gar, it's something like the Israelite foreigners, and then there's the word nakar.
Nakar,
The
yeah.
word nakar that means,
People that are outside of the nation of Israel.
Outside, okay.
Yeah. So that stranger that's being spoken about, that's why I was even saying before, you're going to even have that innumerable multitude, because the 1/3 is not just talking about the 144,000.
Right.
You're going to have the first citizens, you're gonna have all the different stations that are underneath the 144,000, and then the scriptures talk about King David coming back, the kingdom coming back as in the days of King David. So then you're gonna have basically it's gonna be a lot of people, just 1/3. That's all that is.
Right.
Wow. 3.33, so to speak.
Right.
All right, go ahead, bro. You got it. 33.3 sloppy.
So this is
Didn't see that.
So in verse 2, it says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
That's the other nations. Continue.
It says, and they shall take them captives.
Whose captives they were.
And they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city? The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers.
See that? And how is he going to break the staff of the wicked? Right there.
So basically that scripture is saying, bro, just so you understand, babe, the kingdom of heaven is for us, and we're going to be the leaders, and they're going to serve us.
Right.
Like we serving them right now.
Right.
We're
Showing you-
servants right now.
Showing you that when it's all said and done, the Old Testament and the New Testament saying the same exact thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people that sit there and swear up and down on the Old
funny
Testament.
thing,
Right.
my grandfather said that to me all the time, but I never understood it until now.
Until now, there you
I'm
go.
like,
You see what I'm
I
saying?
said to myself, damn, he was right.
As a matter of fact, if you could find that law, the law that says that.
I'm like, I wonder what my granddad's saying that.
Yeah, fuck so.
And then the law was never done away with, right, bro?
Never done away with. The scriptures,
Christ
as a matter
said-
of fact, Yahawashi said, I have not come to destroy the law.
but to fulfill.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It got you thinking, like,
Everything gonna be turned down.
yeah, but we really supposed to follow the law, bro.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
But to the best of our
Sabbath
ability.
day is Saturday. Yeah, to the best of our
To the best
ability.
of our ability, yeah, because
ain't
at the
nobody
end of the day,
perfect.
right? Well, not even just that. We're still in captivity here,
Right.
So we can't do everything
We
that the
can't.
law
There's
tells
no
us
way.
to do.
There's no way.
You know what I mean? So we are saved by grace, by
Grace.
the blood.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Of
Right.
Yahawashi. That was the whole point of him dying on the cross,
Right.
so that we would receive that salvation, being adopted back into
Right.
the Lord's good favor. That's why the scriptures tell you that there's only one mediator between man and the Most High, and that's Yahawashi.
Right. Christ. Right.
You see what I'm saying? Whom the world ignorantly calls Christ. Speaking of the word Jesus too, the J never existed back during that time. So when
Yeah, it
you really
was like
go
an
into
H,
the, you see what I'm
wasn't it?
saying? Well,
Or why?
it was actually Jesus in the Greek.
Jesus.
Jesus Christos. That's how you would say it in the Greek. See what I'm saying?
Jesus.
Like you were saying, sis, my family, my sister is Asian, but she I don't know, you're black. Doesn't matter.
Your dad black. Her dad's black.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's Judah.
Yeah, I
she's
try
Judah.
to explain that to her, but she was be like,
Yeah, she the tribe, but
She's probably pretty as hell.
Yeah.
Asian and black.
Yeah.
she's 6'1".
Let me see, babe.
What? They just do this regular because they don't even be having what I'm like, just give me this regular curry.
But it's so funny though. I keep, like they're saying, I tell my friends this. I'm like, we still slaves. He's like,
That's right.
I said,
No,
what do you
we
mean?
definitely are.
No, my
Yeah.
friend's like, how are we slaves? I'm like,
No, we
I said,
definitely
look.
are.
I said, how much you make in your job?
Yeah, them taxes they take.
Like, I can
They
tell
just
them,
be
people be
having
like,
all types of
I
stuff.
mean, that's the argument we have all the time.
It's like them curses are doing around. I mean, bro, you go through them curses, man. That's us, bro.
Yeah. I'm
You know what I
Mitch, by the way.
mean?
What's your name, man?
I'm Lauren.
Nice to meet you, brother.
Meet you
That's
too,
my middle
brother.
name.
Oh,
That's
crazy.
Yeah, here we go, right here. Leviticus 25 and 44.
It said, both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are about you. Of them shall you buy bondmen and bondmaids.
That's the law.
Break that down
That's
again.
the law.
break that down, bro.
Read that
It
again.
says, Leviticus chapter 25 and 44.
Yep.
It said, both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about.
The word bond means slave.
Slave, right?
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So according to the scriptures, right, both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
That we shall buy, showing you that, you know what I'm saying, people are known as livestock, you know what I mean? So the nations legitimately were created to be our livestock.
Right.
All the nations round about.
Sound fucked up, babe, but that's really what it is.
Yeah.
They was made to serve us.
Because think about it, how was
You know, we
America
the kings
built?
and queens.
On our back.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What was the saying? We didn't land on Plymouth Rock.
What?
Plymouth Rock landed on us.
Yeah. I said to my teacher once, he put me out the class. He got an argument about Lincoln and one. I said, we came from Plymouth. Like, no, you didn't.
He told his son to tell his teacher about Christopher
Columbus.
Columbus, and he got in trouble.
Yeah.
No, we telling the truth, but
Yeah.
They don't wanna hear it,
Put me
though.
out, right?
Right.
I called my grandfather right there. My grandfather shipped me a book. Got left down in Louisiana. I said, now read this, bitch.
Yeah.
Right.
His face went. I said, you're a black people don't make you black.
Right.
I said, your struggle is not my struggle. You never got stopped by being a black man.
So, bro, is it a physical devil or are they the devil? It's itself, bro.
Well, they were.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, they were the so-called white man was created to be the wicked, without overcomplicating things. We know when the scriptures talk about destroying the third part of men. The third part of men is talking about the children of the wicked, because you got the children of the righteous, which is us.
Right.
You have the children of men, which are these other nations. Remember you was talking about Japhet and all of them? Yeah, those other nations, they're the children of men. And then you got the children of the wicked, who are the so-called white people.
Edomites.
Them Edomites out of the land of Petra. That's their home. When you go into the book of
Where
Job,
did it come from?
you know what I'm saying?
The Caucasus, babe.
Which it was called, it was
Did
once
they
called
have
Petra.
anything? Like, did they?
God never gave them a place.
Nothing.
They had nothing.
They had nothing. So they conquered. That's why they.
That's why they
But
took over. and
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. They were never given a place by God. Like
That's crazy.
that's why they everything. Remember we were saying that they
Yeah.
African. They
everything.
everything. How are you an
How
African?
are you everything?
You know what I'm saying?
Right, bring it up, bro.
It's
They
That's the
are
scripture
that.
right here.
Yeah.
Genesis chapter 25, verse 21.
Right.
And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived.
Right.
And the two children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
If I'm supposed to have these kids, why am I going through these turmoils?
Right.
And she went to inquire of the Lord, and the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And one people shall be stronger than the other people,
Yep.
and the elder shall serve the younger.
The elder shall
Should
serve the younger. Continue
Damn.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
Right.
And the first came out red all over
That's
like a
it.
hairy garment.
Yep.
Time out, bro, please.
The first
Who's red?
came out
What people will
red.
turn red in the sun, baby?
Red. White people.
They're red.
Continue that, bro.
All right, my bad. Go ahead, bro.
Okay.